You do feel the pressure to kind of stay on top, and I'm not saying that we're not going to strive to do that or don't think that we can't because we lost Lindsey, but to see the transformation that can potentially happen with this team from this really tough stretch of games that we've been on. I mean, we may have lost them anyway, but they're really a tough stretch. But to find ourselves at 3-4, our backs are against the wall a little bit, to see where we're going to look like come late January on into February. I think if we can make some improvements like I think we can, then I think we're going to be really happy as a coaching staff and certainly as a program is how we can turn this thing around.
Coach, appreciate the time. Best luck today.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Carson-Newman Women's Basketball Coach Mike Mincy. When we come back, we'll have the starters and the play-by-play. Lady Eagles in top 10 ranked North Georgia coming up next on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off on the Eagle Sports Network.
Building a new home? AEC can help. Build an all-electric home with an electric heat pump, an electric water heater, an electric range, and an electric washer and dryer. AEC's certified energy inspector will provide expert advice during construction and a complete home inspection upon finish. Before the drywall is in place, call AEC at 865-719-8322. AEC, your power with purpose.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
We're getting closer to tip-off.
Price picks it up, and Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
More CN memories are headed your way on the Eagles Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The number one source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is ShopCNEagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopCNEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopCNEagles.com.
We welcome you back to the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off, brought to you by the Appalachian Electric Cooperative, member-owned and service-driven. Carson-Newman is looking to beat a top 10 team for the second time this season after they had just 2 in the prior 12 years as they get a shot against a North Georgia team that has reached the regional final in 4 consecutive campaigns. They've only lost 15 times since the start of 2018-19. And the Lady Eagles will try to dispatch of that, as well as their losing streak that has reached 4 consecutive games. And the challenge today is to take down this North Georgia Nighthawk team here at home and get into the win column at home after Carson-Newman, again, another big drought cost the Lady Eagles against 18th-ranked Catawba on Monday. When we come back, we'll have the starters in the play-by-play, Lady Eagles and Nighthawks, coming up next on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off on the Eagle Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Okay, let's see. Carson-Newman University. It's been around since 1851. A beautiful campus, amazing student life, world-class accredited academics, competitive athletic programs, a Christian perspective, a top 10 best value school, They give $48 million in financial aid every year, and I get a free scholarship when I enroll. Looks like I found the perfect place.
This
Kisses it off the glass and one.
is Carson-Newman Women's Basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Smiles across the board. Makes some room in the trophy case for the third time in program history. Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, Aramark, by ShopCNEagles.com, the Eagle Club, the Bible Insurance Agency, by Pepsi, by Magaha Electric, Inner Digital, by Food City, Tri-Light, Quality Sweets of Morristown, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watray.
We welcome you back to Mossy Creek. Carson-Newman and North Georgia about ready to tip things up as we take a look at the starters for 6-0. North Georgia ranked 8th in the coaches poll, 3rd in the media poll. Nia Lutz, a graduate guard, transfer from Wofford. Bevy of guards out there for this North Georgia Cub. Kaylee Stickers, a Clemson transfer, 5'8", came off of her first double-double of her season on Monday in a win over King. Lizzie Campbell joins the group with Josie Earnhardt and Caroline Martin, who had 19 points, 10 rebounds. Buffy Burson, well over 550 wins for her career, leads the group in now her 29th season. Carson-Newman on the other side will look like this. Another change in the starting lineup. It'll be Harley Smith, Braylon Weichel, Campbell Penland, and Skylar Boshiers, consistent in that group the last couple games. But Callie McMahon earns the start for Mike Mincy's group as the Lady Eagles try to find answers at the 5 position here today. Mike Mincy, 226 wins, but this year 3-4. A tough start to this season, and yet again another nationally ranked opponent. Carson-Newman playing its 4th top 25 team of the season already. They've never played more than 5 in a single season, so they're already close to that mark. And we barely scratched the surface on the overall totality of the year. North Georgia in the black uniforms with blue and white lettering and numbering. Carson-Newman in the white uniforms with blue and orange numbering and lettering. Center circle, McMahon up there, tapping it back to Smith as she beats Campbell, and Carson-Newman the first possession of the day, coming left to right against man-to-man pressure of North Georgia. Always a solid defensive unit. Weichel tips it over for Penland right wing. Around the perimeter it flies, over to Smith left wing. Underneath it goes Weichel, stops, bounces it out, Penland. Cross-court feed underneath, Smith gets shut down. 10 on the shot clock as she gets to the lane. Kicks it out, Penland left point trigger. Too strong, rebound shuffles all the way to the near right corner and out of bounds. Good opening defensive possession by North Georgia, and Carson-Newman will get its first chance on defense, man-to-man style as well, and Caroline Martin will start it off. At least 15 points in 5 of the first 6 games of the season. She gets to the line a lot as well and sprints all the way to the right block. Weichel gets a tip at it as Martin gets to the right block, puts a shot up, and Weichel swats down at it and tips it out of play. We're scoreless, and we played 37 seconds. Inbound coming here from Lutz on the baseline. 21 minutes per game this year. 3 times in double figures. Lobs it underneath, looking for Campbell, and it goes over her head, picked up at the top of the key by Weichel. She sprints to the top of the key in the front court, and now around the perimeter it goes towards Penland left wing. She sprints right, gets into the lane, throws it. McMahon, right baseline, jump shot, high arcing, and splashdown. McMahon, her first points is Carson-Newman's first points. We've played a minute. Lady Eagles on top 2-0 against top 10 North Georgia. Nighthawks control possession now. Lutz looks underneath, gives it to Campbell. Cross court, right wing. It's Earnhardt, the 3-point marksman. Throws it back out to the right wing and Sticker. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Campbell the entry pass, throws it out Lutz. Sprints left, all the way to the left block. Hangs, floats, gets a friendly roll from the left side of the rim as it shimmies its way through. We've played a minute and 20 seconds. Each team has a bucket. Carson-Newman has the ball. Tied at 2. Weichel, top of the key, 2 screens each side. She dribbles left, throws it back. Smith, top of the key, 3, rattles out. That was nearly down. It's circulated out, and the rebound tips to Campbell. North Georgia ball in a tie game, 8:20 to go in the first frame. Sticker, top of the key, spins it left wing, and Earnhardt. Earnhardt again looks underneath. Campbell looks to pass, finds a cutting Sticker in the lane. She kicks to the right corner. Lutz sprints to the paint, and it's swiped out of her hands as she was going up for a shot by Penland. Carson-Newman back with the ball, coming left to right. Boshiers, left to right crossover, gets to the right block, discards a defender, and puts in the layup. Good, strong take from Boshier. She's shooting 57% from the floor for reasons just like that. 4-2 Lady Eagles, 7:50 to go in the first. Martin, top of the key, will dribble left and hand it off on the left wing to Lutz. Another entry pass for Campbell, kicks it to Earnhardt. A right wing 3 is an air ball, and one of the most accurate three-point shooters in the country. Earnhardt 5th all-time in terms of active players. 42% from out there. Rare misfire from her. 7:35 to go in the first. Carson-Newman ball, leading 4-2. Boshiers, top of the key, spins it into the middle of the lane, throws it Smith right corner. She tosses it cross court. Penland, left wing, catch and shoot 3, front iron, backboard, and off right. Campbell the board. Here comes North Georgia. Right to left. Again, Earnhardt catching on the left wing as North Georgia breaks the pressure. 7:13 to go in the first. Carson-Newman by an early deuce. Martin crosses over, kicks it out. Earnhardt, left corner, 3, pure. This time, no mistakes made. She hits about 3 per game for her career. 5-4, North Georgia's first lead of the day, 3 minutes in. Weichel for Carson-Newman in the front court. Around a Smith screen. Stops, pops, left point, 3. That is pure. Weichel the answer right back. She's the second active points per game player in the nation. Averages 19 per game for her career, and it's 7-5. Campbell inside. This time she takes it herself. Misses the shot. McMahon there with the right hand, snatching it down. Carson-Newman sprinting. Weichel ball fakes, dribbles left. 3-pointer on the way, wide left, off the backboard, and then a foul as Martin takes a tumble as Smith right on her backside. And it's the first foul on Harley Smith. Well, both sides settling in nicely to this ball game. Each side shooting 50%, and Carson-Newman ahead by 2, 7-5, 6:33 to go in the first. North Georgia ball in the blacks, coming right to left in front of a solid crowd here on a Saturday afternoon. Martin will dribble it to her left-hand side as she sets up the offense for North Georgia. Lobs it underneath. Good look for Campbell. She buries McMahon and sticks in the left-hand layup. 7-all, 6:17 to go in the first frame. Carson-Newman back with the ball. Smith catching, top of the key, 3-pointer, short this time around. Sticker there for the rebound. Nighthawks with a +30 lead in the category on the glass. Sticker, top of the key, pulling up for a jump shot, and she fires it in. Second made 3-pointer for North Georgia. They averaged 9 per game this year. A lot of that is because they stuck 17 against Montevallo. 7 from Earnhardt. 10-7, North Georgia with a 3-point lead, 5:50 to go in the first quarter. Carson-Newman ball, Penland left wing. Around the perimeter it goes. Weichel sprints down the right side of the paint, hangs, floats off the glass, and in. Weichel had a great game last year in the NCAA tournament, and she continues her early success here with 5, and the margin down to 1. 10-9, North Georgia ahead, 5.5 to go in the first. Good high-quality basketball here. Lob underneath for Campbell. This time she's blocked by McMahon, and the rebound deflects out of Smith's hands over to Boshiers in the far right corner. Carson-Newman with a chance to regain the lead. Instead, Boshiers has her pocket pick. Martin goes the other way and draws the foul on Boshiers. And Martin will go to the free throw line. Well, turnovers for Carson-Newman were an issue on Monday night. That was their first of this game. And changes now for North Georgia as it'll be Fahey coming in. She is joined by Massip. Carson-Newman brings Rogers and Mbugwa in the game, replacing Smith and McMahon. And they called the foul on the floor instead of foul shots. So North Georgia ball on the baseline on the second team foul for Carson-Newman. And it's Fahey to inbound the ball. Lobs it out for Sticker left point. She ball fakes, then puts up a 3. This one rolls out, and a foul is whistled on Massip as Mbugwa had very good position with a blockout. Carson-Newman down 1, 10-9 against top 10 North Georgia with 5:13 to go in the first. Carson-Newman basketball against this always stout North Georgia defense as Weichel dribbles across the timeline. Martin on her. 2 of the top players in the region. Weichel to the right baseline, kicks it out. Rogers left wing 3, pure. Lady Eagles on top, 12-10 as Rogers connects from deep. Midway through the first and a 12-10 Carson-Newman lead. North Georgia ball again. Fahey out top, all the way to Massip, top of the key. She'll throw it to Martin. Martin will work around the screen, step back, ball fake, dribble inside of the lane, kick it out. Right wing three-pointer from Fahey is too strong. Penland goes over to grab the board along the right side of the lane. She spins around, dribbles front court, left to right, all the way to the left block, bounces it from Mbugwa. It slides right off of her right hip and through her hands and over towards Earnhardt. A steal by North Georgia, down 2, 4:25 to go in the first. Massip underneath the bucket, ball faking. Mbugwa all over her, and it forces a missed shot. Very good defense by the 6'4" freshman. Carson-Newman front court. Rogers swinging it. Boshier spinning, baseline. Loses her dribble, still lost it, then throws it out to Weichel right wing. 18 on the shot clock, plenty of time for the Lady Eagles as she dribbles left around the screen, stops at the free throw line, and misses a jumper too strong. Carson-Newman's had a large lead of 2. North Georgia by as many as 3. But right now it's Carson-Newman 12 and North Georgia 10. 3:53 to go in the first. Fahey top of the key for the Nighthawks. Dribbles left to the baseline. Shut down there, throws it out Earnhardt, left wing. Now Massip top of the key. Back to Earnhardt, who dribbles all the way to the right wing, hands it off Martin, a right wing 3. Swirls around, drops off. Rogers the first to it on the C and the sack logo inside of the paint. Carson-Newman by 2. Long stretch without a pause. Weichel sprints to the baseline, stops from 7 feet, and splashes the jumper. 7 for the All-American and a 14-10 lead. Carson-Newman on a 7-0 scoring run to get this 14-10 margin. 3:19 to go in the first. North Georgia looking to stop a 2.5-minute scoring drought as they've missed 5 consecutive shots. Massip under the bucket. Again, working against Mbugwa. This time she flushes it in, and that ends that scoring drought that lasted almost 3 minutes. And we're at the 3-minute mark of the first. Rogers, top of the key, stops there, lobs it over to Penland, right point. Penland dribbles right to the baseline, stops, shovels it. Weichel up and under, reverse layup. This time she missed it, though. A tad strong as it hit the backboard in the front of the rim. Earnhardt catching left wing, putting up a 3, and North Georgia right back on top. Third trifecta for the Nighthawks, and with 2:40 to go in the first, it is North Georgia 15 and Carson-Newman 14. Clean basketball here of late. Boshier's left wing, and Mbugwa top of the key over to Rogers right wing. Gives it to Penland top of the key, thought about a 3, uses the ball fake, dribbles left, steps out beyond the arc. Ball goes around the perimeter, Boshier's right wing, sprints to the paint, pulls up for a free throw line, jump shot, and puts it down. Carson-Newman 7 of 14 from the field and a 1-point lead. 16-15, 2:10 to play. Martin in the front court. She blows by Boshiers and stuffs in a right-hand layup as she hits the deck along the baseline. North Georgia back ahead, 17-16, 2 minutes to play in the first. Weichel on the right wing to set up the offense. Gets a screen from Mbugwa. Stops at the free throw line, puts up another jump shot, and splashes another. 9 from Braylon Weichel early in this game. Back and forth we go, trading blows. 8 lead changes already in the game. Fahey throws it out top, Sticker dribbles to the free throw line, underneath for Massip. Massip draws the foul and puts it in, and it brings us to a pause in play after an extended stretch of action without one. Timeout on the floor. Back and forth we go. For now, it's the Nighthawks on top by a 19-18 tally. And they'll have a free throw. When we come back, you're going to want to hang with us as Carson-Newman and North Georgia tangle here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
We've already had 9 lead changes and 2 ties, and one of the keys for Carson-Newman this entire season has been the turnover situation. The Lady Eagles just 2 turnovers, no points for North Georgia off of those giveaways. Something to keep an eye on in this game. Nighthawks 19, Lady Eagles 18. 1:37 to go in the first, and free throws coming up. Check that free throws, singular, for Massup trying to complete the three-point play. Had 17 in the first meeting, and she splashes this one, a 65% foul shooter. Puts North Georgia on top, 20-18, with 1:37 to play in the first. Carson-Newman brings Rutherford off the bench with Gonzalez and Alvey. So it is Rutherford, Rogers, McMahon, Alvey, and Gonzalez, all underclassmen, including 3 freshmen on the floor. Rogers, top of the key. She pops the top on a 3, doesn't get a friendly roll, and the rebound flies into Campbell's hands. Her pass to the right sideline is deflected out of play by Rutherford, and Carson-Newman will come out in some full-court pressure now. Down 2. Let's see how this works out for Carson-Newman. So North Georgia missed 5 straight shots. They've made their last 4, and the shot clock needs to be reset by a couple seconds here. With 1:24 to go in the first, it is 20-18 in favor of North Georgia. This ball slides through the hands of Fahey, but she gathers and throws it to Martin. Martin gets pressed. Rutherford on her. Crossing over. Gonzalez steps up to take her and gives it over to Earnhardt left wing. Out top, it's in the hands of Lacey McCoy. Cross-court pass. Martin dribbles baseline, bounces underneath. Campbell's shot is too strong. McMahon soars on the right block for the rebound. And here comes Carson-Newman in the front court with under a minute to play, down 2. Rogers left wing to the left corner. Gonzalez wide open from 15 feet. Missed that one. Rebound deflects around. Rutherford gets her hands in there. It is a held ball, and the possession arrow favors the Nighthawks. Well, one of the big problems that Carson-Newman has had overall this season is bench production. They had a really good game on Monday, 26 points off of the Pine. That was a season high. Now where does it come from here in the final 48 seconds, down by a pair? Fahey in the front court as North Georgia breaks the pressure. About a 20-second differential shot to game clock with about 40 seconds to go. Fahey to the baseline. Throws it out right wing, Earnhardt. Right back to her in the right corner. Fahey back out, Earnhardt as those two play catch. 10 on the shot clock as Earnhardt dribbles around a screen. Down the left side of the lane, heaves up a shot. It's way too strong off the backboard. Rebounded by Campbell. Throws it out. Fahey splashes the 3 with 3 on the shot clock, and the Nighthawks have their largest lead of the day at 5, 23-18. Carson-Newman a chance to play for the final shot of the period. McMahon catching on the right baseline. Turns over the right shoulder and connects on the jump shot. 23-20, 6 seconds to play in the first frame. Carson-Newman does have a foul to give. Martin in the middle of the floor. Lobs it forward. Fahey dribbles. Does the shot get off in time? It does not. And North Georgia, thanks to a late push, has the lead after 10 minutes. Solid back and forth action. Both sides shooting 50% from the field. But it's the Nighthawks, 23, and Carson-Newman 20 after 10 minutes. Can the Lady Eagles stick around and make a push? Second quarter is a big issue in Dahlonega. Find out when we come back here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
When Carson-Newman has gotten the ball inside, they've been great. 7 out of 10 inside of the arc, 2 of 8 from outside of the arc. But shooting 50%, down 3. McMahon on the right side of the baseline, throws it out Gonzalez as Carson-Newman comes back with that young group on the floor in the start of the second quarter, down 3. Gonzalez right baseline, throws it out Rogers. Rogers dribbles to the free throw line, kicks it to the left corner. 1-3-1 zone here for North Georgia with 10 on the shot clock. Gonzalez dribbles to the baseline, forces a shot up, misses this one a tad strong. Campbell another rebound. She's already got 5. 23-20, North Georgia ahead, 30 seconds into the second. Earnhardt left alone for 3. This one falls off. Campbell commits a foul as McMahon with a strong post position underneath to grab the rebound. That's the 4th board already for McMahon. Very good showing right now from the rookie from Dandridge, Tennessee at Jefferson County High School, which is about 10 minutes down the road from Carson-Newman. 23-20, North Georgia ahead, 9:20 to go in the first half. Carson-Newman ball, Rogers swings it left wing, Alvey throws it for McMahon. Good spin move. Dribbled towards the paint, flung around her right shoulder and put it in with the left hand. Here's a pass to the midcourt. It's intercepted by McMahon. Carson-Newman down 1, 9:06 to play in the first half. It is Rogers on the right point. Ball fakes, dribbles to the free throw line, bounces underneath. Rutherford with a ball fake, draws the foul, and Rutherford's going to the free throw line. An infusion of energy here. They call it on 12, Lacey McCoy. That is her first, and change is coming. It'll be Sticker and Lutz in the game. Fahey and McCoy are coming out of the game. So Rutherford will get a pair of foul shots here with a chance to put Carson-Newman back on top as the Lady Eagles trail by 1. Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your CNID. Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. First foul shot from Rutherford in. She's 80% on the season, and we're tied for the 3rd time. 23 apiece, 8:56 to go in the first half. Second shot from Rutherford spins out, so Carson-Newman cannot set up the full court pressure. We're tied at 23, 8:50 to play in the first half. Carson-Newman looking to spring an upset of a top 10 team for the 2nd time this year. And now we get an illegal screen set out top. This one's on Sticker. And Mike Mincy had been clamoring for a few illegal screens on prior possessions and never got the call, and the Clemson transfer commits her first. North Georgia, one of the 26 remaining undefeated teams in the nation, 6-0. With 8:40 to go, we're tied at 23 here in the second quarter. Rogers on the left elbow, works around a screen, sprints to the right block, hangs, floats, too strong. Offensive rebound, Alvey. She puts it back up as she's falling to the ground. I think it was blocked by Lutz, and it's picked up by Earnhardt. Here comes the Nighthawks into the front court. Earnhardt's pass is deflected. Alvey running away from the pack to the right block and putting in the layup. Always energetic Michaela Alvey puts Carson-Newman ahead, and then a turnover. No, they say that it was last touched by Gonzalez. It looked like perhaps Campbell was the last one to get a hand on it. Fans making the same argument. But the call sticks with North Georgia. 8:11 to go in the first. Carson-Newman 25, North Georgia 23. Earnhardt's pass over to Martin. Martin will dribble towards the front court. Crossover right to left. She promptly gets trapped. Splits the double team. Feeds Earnhardt. Right wing 3 on the way. That's left short. Alvey steps in front of her to pick up the rebound. Here comes Carson-Newman front court, left to right. Buying minutes with the rookies on the floor. Gonzalez over to Alvey. Catching, shooting. A right point 3 is an air ball. And Carson-Newman continuing to fall in love with a long-range shot. Lady Eagles 2 of 9 from deep. But when you're playing this well defensively, forcing turnovers, Lady Eagles have forced 5. Why not let them keep ripping it? 25-23. Carson-Newman on top of 8th-ranked North Georgia with 7:47 to go in the first half. Sticker throws it forward for Lutz. Lutz stops on the far right sideline, spins around, gets to the lane, kicks it to the corner, and an offensive foul is whistled. And Lutz will commit her first. Excellent defensive work right there, and this is more vintage from Carson-Newman's defensive unit. Should be the 4th team foul of the quarter. And the officials double check on that. Carson-Newman 25, North Georgia 23. 7:40 to go in the first half. Gonzalez to McMahon, top of the key. Back to Rutherford on the right wing. She dribbles right against Blackstock. Throws it out. McMahon, right wing 3. That one's way too strong. Lady Eagles again. Too many three-point triggers. Carson-Newman scored all 5 here in the second quarter. Blackstock handing it off out top for Sticker. A fresh set of 5 subs for Carson-Newman waiting at the scorer's table. Rutherford steps in the passing lane. That's deflected off of Martin out of bounds. And another turnover. 5th turnover in the opening few minutes, and that set of subs will get a standing ovation. So 5 turnovers in the first 2 minutes and 46 seconds have Carson-Newman on top by 2. 25-23. 7:09 to play as Weichel dribbles across the timeline. Boshears between the rings. Throws it right wing, and Penland sprints right, steps back, pull up, 15-foot jump shot is down the hatch, and Buffy Burson calls for time. We haven't seen stuff like this from Carson-Newman really all season. And the Lady Eagles have scored 9 unanswered, their first 8-0 scoring run or better since the North Georgia game. And with Carson-Newman ahead by 4, a timeout on the floor. We step out for a break here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Carson-Newman has scored the last 9 points, and the Lady Eagles lead at 27-23 against 8th-ranked North Georgia. And it is the Nighthawks with the basketball with 6:57 to go in the first half. Carson-Newman doing vintage work, 9 points off of turnovers in this game. Campbell at the high post on the left elbow. Gives it back, Lutz left wing. Lutz dribbles around a screen to her right. Gets to the paint, hangs, floats a right-hand shot. That's no good. Rebound back-tapped by Campbell, but it's picked up by Boshears. And here comes Carson-Newman. North Georgia has not scored in the quarter. Weichel gets to the baseline on the left side, misses the shot. Offensive rebound, Boshears. She dribbles it. It's loose. Bodies hit the deck. She throws it out to Boshears. She sprints down the left side of the lane. Boshears out to the free throw line. Smith, a high-arcing teardrop, goes in. And a delay of game violation whistled against Carson-Newman. So that'll just be a warning. And with 6:19 to go in the second stanza, Carson-Newman has opened up the largest lead of the day for either side. North Georgia led by 5. Carson-Newman now by 6, 29-23. 6:15 to go in the first half. Blackstock has it in the front court. Livy, the sophomore from Jefferson, Georgia, throws it to the baseline, and we'll get a holding violation on Mbugwa. That'll be her first personal foul. Fouls right now at 5-4 North Georgia. And so a little bit of a sarcastic round of applause. There's a good amount of North Georgia fans here today. Inbound pass deflected by Smith. Sticker picks it up all the way at the hash mark in the backcourt. She trots across the timeline. On the right wing, throws it cross court for Blackstock. Weichel on her in man-to-man defense. The shot clock is at 6 and now 5. Blackstock to her right, hands it off Lutz. Lutz, step back, 3, blocked by Penland, and a shot clock violation. Campbell Penland's 4th block of the season, and North Georgia has not scored since the 26-second mark of the first quarter. No points in the second. Carson-Newman by 6, 5:37 to go in the first half. Smith, cross-court pass. Boshears juggles on the left wing. Dribbles and hands it off to Penland. Blackstock on her. She'll dribble right past her. Hand it off in the corner for Smith. Smith will dribble left. Get touched out of her hands. The ball is loose. Bodies are on the deck. And a jump ball with a possession arrow favoring North Georgia this time around. I don't know. The officials had a quick conversation with each other. But just a jump ball. Eagle fans, Lisa's Country Kitchen serves the best home-cooked meals the Lake Ray region can offer. Lisa's Country Kitchen, the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Reset the lineup for North Georgia. They have McCoy, Martin, Earnhardt, Fahey, and Massop on the floor. 4 new subs joining Martin out there. North Georgia looking for its first points in 5+ minutes. Massop at the top of the key. Throws it left wing and Martin. Martin dribbles right, steps back around the screen for a 3, and that puts an end to it. So that stops Carson-Newman's 11-0 scoring run and halves the lead, 29-26. And an illegal screen set by Ruthie Mbugwa. It is her second. personal foul with 4:59 to go in the first half. Official blows the whistle for a timeout. We already had the media timeout. So it is a 30-second timeout, even though I don't think anybody called it. And with 4:59 to go in the first half, Carson-Newman shooting at 46%, North Georgia at 44%. We had 9 lead changes and 2 ties in the opening 10 minutes. And here with 4:59 to go in the first half, Carson-Newman ahead 29-23. North Georgia is ranked 3rd in the media poll. That one, not necessarily the one that we pay as much attention to as we do with the coaches poll, but if you believe that, Carson-Newman is seeking its highest ever win against a ranked team in the Division II era. 4:59 to go in the first half. Carson-Newman's best win prior to that was against 5th-ranked Tusculum. They won 90-87 about 10 years ago. Massive at the top of the key as we re-enter play. North Georgia down 3. With the basketball, they've hit 5 3-pointers. Martin around a screen. Bounces to her right, nearly lost the ball. Able to get it to McCoy, and then McCoy has it tapped out of her hands by Smith, and McMahon picks up the ball. She'll hand it off to Penland with 4:36 to go in the first half. Carson-Newman 29, North Georgia 26. Penland on the right wing, bounces it out. McMahon throws it to the left wing. Smith back out top for Boshiers. Dribbles right around a screen, crosses over left to right, and then throws it out to Weichel. Shot clock at 10. Weichel looking for McMahon, now dribbles around a screen from her. Throws it to the left corner. Smith gets to the lane, puts up a left-hand running layup as she split a double team and puts it in with a left paw. 31-26, 4:06 to go first half. Carson-Newman on top. Martin getting all the way to the right block. Ball is blocked by Penland. North Georgia clamoring for a foul, and they do not get one. Subs coming for Carson-Newman with 22 on the shot clock. An even 4 on the game clock. It was last touched out of bounds by Penland as she went out of bounds. 31-26, Carson-Newman on top. They've led by as many as 6. Inbound goes to Massip. The ball takes a couple deflections. It's still loose. It gets kicked out. Martin, the left wing 3. Too strong this time around. McMahon there for her 5th rebound. Carson-Newman by 5. 31-26, 3 3/4 minutes to go in the first half. Penland left wing, wide open. Alvey on the right block. Carson-Newman has its largest lead of the day. It is 7 against 8th-ranked North Georgia. 33-26. Fahey around a screen to her left, working all the way to the baseline. She scoops up the shot, count the basket, and 1. That was terrific from Fahey. Great understanding of the angles, just somehow from her right hip pocket, flung it up at the rim. It banked off the backboard and dropped home. Terrific move from Fahey. And Carson-Newman's lead down to 5, and Fahey will get a foul shot. 6 of 11 at the line this year. 33-28, CN ahead with 3.5 to go in the first half. Fahey's shot is in, it's down to 4. Carson-Newman somehow pull this lead out even further before halftime, or does North Georgia close the gap? 1-3-1 zone here for the Nighthawks. Underneath the basket, Rutherford on the right block, pushes one up, doesn't get it to go. Martin the rebound. Here come the Nighthawks, down 4, 3:15 to go. They have 5 on 4 if they go quickly. In the corner, it is Fahey from the left corner. That's too strong. Mass up an offensive rebound. Throws it out, Sticker backpedaling. Right corner 3, right down the hatch. 6 unanswered for the Nighthawks, and they are within 1. 32-33 with 3 minutes to go. First half. Weichel right wing. Cross-court pass, Rogers to the left corner. Alvey left alone for a 3. Air ball. And the Nighthawks with a chance to take their first lead since the first quarter. To the right side of the lane, Earnhardt draws the foul. Alvey is called, although she's making the argument that it was all ball. We get another look at it with our camera work, and that is clean as it gets on replay. Alvey with a clean block with a foul called sends Earnhardt, who has now made all 5 of her foul shots this year, to the line. And it's 7 unanswered now for the Nighthawks and a chance to go on top. Second shot from Earnhardt up. It is in. 8 in a row for North Georgia, and they are back on top. 34-33 with 2:38 to play in the first half. 1-3-1 again. Weichel right-hand side. Lobs to the right corner, Gonzalez. Back out, right wing. Weichel, wide open three. Missed it short. Massop the rebound. Carson-Newman has all of a sudden gone ice cold from the floor. Martin front court over Earnhardt. Left point, catch and shoot three. Right down the barrel again. 11 in a row for North Georgia. Right after Carson-Newman had an 11-0 run of their own. And it's a 4-point lead for North Georgia. Carson-Newman's missed 3 consecutive shots. Lady Eagles have not scored in about 90 seconds. So North Georgia on top 37-33. Quality Suites in Morristown is the preferred hotel choice of the Carson-Newman Eagles, located just 10 miles from campus. Quality Suites in Morristown is the perfect place to stay when you're traveling to watch the Eagles play. Call 423-585-4000 and ask for the Carson-Newman rate. The discount is only available when you call 423-585-4000. 73 seconds. North Georgia has scored 11 straight. And with Carson-Newman down by 4, a critical 2 minutes and 18 seconds leading into the locker room. Carson-Newman has trailed in 4 consecutive games at halftime. And with Carson-Newman down 37-33, they'll go against man-to-man this time around. Weichel to the front court will set it up against Earnhardt's man-to-man defense. Around a screen, Sticker steps out, gives it over McMahon right wing. She dribbles and bounces it right back for Weichel. Weichel against Sticker, stopping at the top of the key. Gives it to Pendleton left wing. 10 on the shot clock as she sprints to the right block. Spins around, bounces it. Alvey has it deflected out of her hands by Martin. Earnhardt picks it up. Here comes North Georgia into the front court right to left. Martin top of the key, dribbles left all the way to the right block. Alvey this time gets a clean block, out of bounds. 1:46 to go in the first half. Remember on Monday night, Carson-Newman failed to score in the final 4 minutes of the first half and the final 4 minutes of the game. Similar streak going right now, having not scored in over 2 minutes. Massip throws it out to the right wing. Fahey dribbles to the baseline. Plenty of time to shoot as Earnhardt catch and shoot, top of the key three. This one's wide right. Massip the offensive rebound. She missed the putback. Rebound is loose, and this time Alvey grabs it. 1:28 to go in the first half. Carson-Newman down 4. McMahon hands it back to Alvey. Now Rogers gets the lane all the way to the right block, forces it up. A little wrong-footed that time around. Hits only the backboard as Martin grabs the board. Ice-cold sequence here again for Carson-Newman. Lady Eagles have given up 11 in a row. And down 4 with 67 seconds to go. Martin catches on left block, feeds Fahey, left point three. Too strong here. McMahon with a rebound. Martin on her, and there is a foul that's going to send McMahon to the line. First foul on Martin, and this will give Carson-Newman a chance to end a scoring drought that has lasted 2 minutes and 28 seconds. So McMahon to the free throw line for the first time in her Carson-Newman career. And she'll get 2. Eagle fans, AEC is your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, service you can trust, value you can depend on, powering Mossy Creek. We're AEC, member-owned and service-driven. McMahon gets a friendly roll on the first shot. Lady Eagles would love to get the 2 for 1 here down the stretch. McMahon's second foul shot coming in a 3-point game. Make it 2 as she splashes the second. Callie McMahon with 8. Carson-Newman down 37-35. Does North Georgia try to go quick in a 2 for 1? Fahey bounces it for Massip. She catches it at the high post. Dribbles to the right block. Goes up and under. Missed the layup, though. Rebound deflects out. Rogers grabs it. So North Georgia will get the final possession of the first half with Carson-Newman holding the ball and 37 seconds to go in half number 1. About a 13-second differential shot to game clock. Carson-Newman down 2 with the ball. Weichel around the screen right. Rogers top of the key. Alvey lobs for McMahon. Catching, fading, shooting, missing. Alvey an offensive rebound. Drawing the foul and going to the line. Got it on the left block, and she draws the foul on Earnhardt. Earnhardt called for the foul, and now Alvey to the line. She's just 1 of 4 at the line this season, though. 21.9 on the clock, and Carson-Newman down 2. First free throw from Alvey, rolls around and goes through. And it's a 1-point game, 37-36. Carson-Newman no field goals in the last 3.5 minutes. Second one from Alvey, too strong this time around. McMahon the offensive rebound. 1 power dribble and a drop step baseline. Missed the shot. Alvey nearly got a steal. Instead, Sticker grabs it and throws it over to Martin. 1 point North Georgia lead, 10 seconds to go first half. Martin on the right wing, 7-6. Lobs it underneath. Massip kicks it out. Fahey, top of the key, 3. misses it too strong. Rogers the rebound, and that's how the first half comes to an end. Strong showing by Carson-Newman in that second quarter. Lady Eagles took a lead, held a lead by as many as 7, but at the break, it is North Georgia 37, Carson-Newman 36. Nighthawks missed their final 6. Lady Eagles missed their final 6 from the field. And we see a first half that features 11 lead changes, 4 ties, and a Carson-Newman team with a decisive edge to them in this game. Down by 1. Second half around the corner, but when we come back, we'll break down the first half stats, look around the rest of the league here on the ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report with the Lady Eagles down 1, 37-36 at halftime on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to ShopSeeingEagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeingEagles.com. Visit today.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report in just 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
It's halftime. Your first half scoring summary and a check of the ShopCNEagles.com sack scoreboard are headed your way.
Smith, right wing, three-pointer, stop, it's in! Potentially a dagger for CN!
Now back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watray.
It has been a back-and-forth effort on the hardwood here today. We have seen 11 lead changes, and 4 ties in this game. Carson-Newman has led by as many as 7, North Georgia by as many as 5. Both sides have had their moments where they have been ultra impressive, and then at the same time, both sides have had some moments where the struggles have been obvious. Overall, here's your first half statistics as you listen to the ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report. Brought to you by ShopSeeingEagles.com, featuring more than 1,100 products from T-shirts and polos to phone skins and pet collars. ShopSeeingEagles.com is the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Lady Eagles 15 of 36 overall, 42%. 2 of 12 from deep, 17%. 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 67%. Braylon Weichel, 9 points in the first quarter, did not score in the second. 8.7 rebounds from Callie McMahon in this game. 5 points, 4 rebounds from Michaela Alvey. 4 points apiece from Harley Smith and Skylar Boshiers. 3 points, 4 boards from Keely Rogers off of the bench as well. North Georgia, conversely, 13 of 35 from the field, 37%. 7 of 19 from deep, 37%, and they've made all 4 of their foul shots so far. Josie Earnhardt, 11 points, leads the way. She has a couple steals as well. 6 points apiece from Fahey And Sticker, the team's leading scorer, Caroline Martin, has been held to just 5 points and 3 assists. 5 points from Kayla Massop off of the bench, and 2 points apiece from Lutz and Lizzie Campbell. Carson-Newman just 6 turnovers in that first half. This is a North Georgia team that does not force a lot of turnovers, and Carson-Newman glad to see that after playing Catawba on Monday night. Carson-Newman leads in the paint 18-12, 11-6 off of turnovers, but they trail in second chance points 6-3, fast break points 13-6, and bench points 11-9. We've reached the half here at Holt Fieldhouse, and Carson-Newman finds itself down by a point, but they have played their best half of basketball in nearly a month. Can they keep it rolling in the second half? We're about 10 minutes away from finding out the answer to that, but when we come back, we'll take a look around the rest of the South Atlantic Conference. What's going on? There's a few league games in action here tonight, and we'll answer those questions when we come back as North Georgia, 8th ranked in the country, leads 37-36 on Carson-Newman at halftime here on the ShopSeeingEagles.com halftime report on the Eagle Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. A check of the ShopCNEagles.com SAC scoreboard is next. This is the Eagle Sports Network. If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
The Eagle Sports Network is part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with a ShopSeeingEagles.com scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
In a back-and-forth first half, it's 8th-ranked North Georgia 37 and Carson-Newman 36 at the break. Some South Atlantic Conference action to go through, and Carson-Newman's next opponent, they open the year in conference play on Wednesday at Limestone. And how about this score? Emory and Henry 48, Limestone 43 at halftime. Emory and Henry are shooting 63% from the floor in the game. Emma Santoro leads the way with a dozen. Amaya Lee has 10. Quinn Bird 9, and Kalisha Hall also with 9 for Limestone. That would be a major win for the Wasps if they come out of that one over Limestone. The other conference battle that's going on sees Tusculum absolutely pummeling Lincoln Memorial at halftime. LMU 6 points in the first quarter, 9 in the second, and it's a 20-point lead for Tusculum at halftime. LMU has made just 6 of 30 from the floor. Maya Belton leads the way for all scorers for Tusculum. She has 9 as the Pioneers lead by 20. LR taking on Young Harris, and that is a laugher right now. Bears are shooting 56% and throttling the Mountain Lions, 46-21. That game has just started the third quarter with 8:11 to play in that ball game. Other games from around the league today. Anderson traveled to Savannah State here today, and it is Savannah State, who's undefeated this year, on top 36-24, as they are led in scoring right now by Nyla Allen. She has 17 points. Anderson on the other side, nobody has more than 4, and they're shooting 29% from the field. And the only other game currently active is Coker and Claflin. And it's Claflin ahead by 11, 34-23 at halftime. Felicia Demerit leads the way for the Cobras with 6. Those are your scores from around the rest of the South Atlantic Conference. We've played 20 minutes here at Holt Fieldhouse, and it's top 10 North Georgia on top by a point. Can Carson-Newman continue to stick with this and find a way to regain the lead? Do we have a classic matchup in us here today? Stick with us. We'll watch it together with you and listen to it as well when we come back as you listen to Carson-Newman Women's Basketball on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We've got a quality contractor network, easy financing, and ANC inspects every job to assure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aecoop.org for application, contractor list, and more details. AEC, we're power with purpose. This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Into the front court, losing her dribble, kicks it out, right wing, 3 from Bergstrom is up and good. As the buzzer sounds to end the first half.
On the Eagle Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
8th-ranked North Georgia 37, Carson-Newman 36 here at halftime before we start the second half. We pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves here on the Eagle Sports Network. Carson-Newman and North Georgia squaring off for the 16th time. Lady Eagles lead at 8-7, but they've lost 3 in a row since winning that regional final back in 2018. North Georgia has won just 1 time in 6 tries in this gym, that coming back in 2007. Also the last time Carson-Newman lost its first home game of the season. But right now, we have seen 11 lead changes, 4 ties. And as we get ready to start the second half, North Georgia has not scored in the last 2:26. Skip Roberts is back inside of our network command center. I'm Michael Watray, watching this one for you. And it's great to have you with us for this contest. Lady Eagles out in the white uniforms, North Georgia in the blacks. It'll be Smith, Weichel, Penland, Boshiers, and McMahon out there for Mike Mincy's unit here in half number 2. Down by 1. Ball is inbounded. Lady Eagle ball first, and here they come right to left. Man-to-man defense. Smith on the left block catches it from Boshiers. Sprints to the paint. Backdoor, cutting pass. Weichel catches it, and she's the first Lady Eagle into double figures. She has 11, and Carson-Newman on top, 38-37. They've scored 5 straight. Spanning the half. North Georgia ball. Again, man-to-man Carson-Newman defense. Lutz dribbling left. Crossing over right to left. Sprinting to the block. Hanging, floating, missing it. Rebound deflects towards the corner. Penland grabs it. Here comes Carson-Newman. Right to left. Leading by 1. 38-37. 9:23 to go in the third. Weichel in the right corner. Catches it. Spins around. Step back. Deep. 2-point jump shot from the right wing. She is pure. 40-37. 7-0. Carson-Newman run to go on top. 40-37. 50 seconds in. Campbell on the right block, spinning around, left-hand hook shot, rattles out, hit a couple sides of the rim. Penland there for the rebound. Carson-Newman 1 minute in, ahead by 3. Boshiers, ball fakes, dribbles to the paint, flies it to the top of the key. McMahon from the free throw line connects on the jumper. McMahon had 10 points all season. She's got 10 in the game, and a timeout from Buffy Burson. A 6-0 start to the half. And a timeout. Carson-Newman 42. North Georgia 37. 8:47 to go in the third. Timeout on the floor. See if the Lady Eagles can keep cooking here when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Carson-Newman has scored the first 6 points of the half, and they've opened up a 5-point lead, 42-37, 8:40 to go in the third. North Georgia ball in the All Blacks against the all-white Carson-Newman uniforms. Man-to-man defense. The ball is deflected by McMahon. Smith picks it up. Smith going one-on-one the other way. Shovels it off. Right wing. Weichel catch and shoot 3. Left it short iron, and it splashes out to the left wing. And it's picked up by Fahey. North Georgia ball. They have not scored in the last 4 minutes. Down by 5. Fahey, right wing, throws it out. Sticker catching, shooting, top of the key 3. Rattles out. McMahon, her 8th rebound. Closing in on a double-double for the rookie. Carson-Newman quickly front court. Smith cross-court pass, Penland left wing. Now Boshiers in the left corner. She was on the end line, out of bounds. She shot the ball anyway and made it. Boy, that's a big moment. Otherwise, Carson-Newman would have opened up an 8-point lead. Instead, it's the 7th turnover of the day for Carson-Newman. 8:03 to play in the third. Nighthawks looking for their first point since the 2:26 mark of the first half. Fahey on the right wing for North Georgia. Picks up her dribble, throws to the baseline. Smith is there with the left hand, pushing it out of play in the near right corner. 7:51 to go in the third. Carson-Newman leads by 5. Nighthawks again. They did not score over a 5-minute period in the first and second quarters. And now, for nearly 5 minutes, they have not scored between the second and third. Martin gives it over to Fahey. Fahey will set it up as the shot clock winds to 7. Martin on the left wing, 6 and 5, dribbling right, shut down by a double team. Lobs it underneath. Massip gets McMahon in the air, and they call a foul on Callie McMahon. It's just her first. Massip going to the free throw line, and this will give North Georgia a chance to try to put an end to this bleeding. Carson-Newman, 9 unanswered points spanning the half. Looked like it was pretty clean for McMahon from the angle that we saw in replay as Massip sticks the first foul shot. So that puts an end to that scoring drought. Margin is 4. Second one from Massip. In again. She's got 6. 7.5 minutes to go in the third. Carson-Newman's lead is 3. 42-39. 1-3-1 zone here for North Georgia. McMahon over to Boshear's left wing. Cross-court pass, Weichel. Extra pass, corner. Right corner, it is Penland. A string shredder for Campbell Penland. Just the third main trifecta for the Lady Eagles, and the margin is 6. Massip wants the ball underneath for North Georgia. Spins in the paint, pushes one up. It hits only the backboard. Penland the board. Carson-Newman with a chance for its largest lead of the day on this trip, leading 45-39. McMahon, a right point three. It ripples the rope. The rookie with 13. The margin is 9. 48-39. Lady Eagles on top with 6 3/4 minutes to go in the third. Underneath it goes, deflected. McMahon picks it up. Weichel sprinting front court all the way to the left wing. Hesitates, stops on the baseline, throws it out Penland. Ball fake, sprints down the right side of the paint all the way to the right block. Forces the layup up and in. Carson-Newman by 11. Lady Eagles on a 17-2 run. Spanning the break to go ahead 50-39. Martin goes to the right block and draws a foul. A 14-2 start to the quarter for Carson-Newman. And Caroline Martin is going to the free throw line. First free throw attempts of the day for Martin. She has shot at least 6 in every game, other than the outlier performance of the year for Martin when she had just 8 points against Montevallo. Also didn't take any attempts in that game. An all-region selection a year ago. Back to the free throw line. Carson-Newman, another 8-0 scoring surge. First free throw up there. Martin splashes it. Caroline with 6. Averages 18 points per game this year. One of the top all-round threats in the region. Makes the second foul shot. It's down to 9. 50-41, 6:20 to go in the third. Weichel across the timeline. She and McMahon each have 13 for Carson-Newman. Carson-Newman 50, North Georgia 41 as Carson-Newman looks to upend a top 10 team in this gym. Boshear's left wing against man-to-man defense. Carson-Newman looks a little bit out of sorts right now as the clock hits 10 on the shot clock. Penland, top of the key, dribbles left, hands it off Smith. Left wing three-pointer on the way. There's another miss from Smith. She has not been very good from three-point range this season, but had to put it up with the shot clock nearly expiring. She's now 0 of 12 from deep on the year. Martin on the right wing, throws it to the right corner. Now underneath, McMahon a deflection, and she didn't get her body all the way around, and because of that, she's called for a foul. Second personal foul on McMahon. Shot clock back to 20. 5:42 to go in the third. And with Carson-Newman ahead 50-41, the Lady Eagles trying to do something they haven't done since the beginning of the year, and that's find a way to put a team away. Nighthawks, one of the 20 remaining undefeated teams in the country. Inbound coming on the baseline from Earnhardt. After her first inbound was deflected out of play by Boshear. Gives it to Martin. Martin dribbles left, stops there. Shot clock winds to 10. Now accelerates to her right, all the way to the right block. Picks up her dribble, throws it out Campbell. Feeds Earnhardt, 5 on the shot clock. Puts up the 3, swirls around the rim. Penland there for rebound number 5. Carson-Newman by 9. A lob to the front court. McMahon on the left block. Throws it out for Penland. Now Smith. Smith right back to McMahon. It slides through her hands. She picks it up and bounces it to Weichel. Weichel jabs left, sprints right, gets open in the lane, puts a shot up, puts it in, and one. Braylon Weichel with the strength and the All-American. Sticks it down. Martin picks up her second personal foul. Since it was 37-33 North Georgia, this is a 19-4 outburst by the Lady Eagles. Make it 20-4. Weichel, who's the 4th best free throw shooter in the nation in her career, makes it 53-41. Carson-Newman's largest lead of the day, halfway through the third. North Georgia ball and another foul on McMahon. Right on the backside again, and she has picked up 3 quick ones in the second half. And the freshman who's having a career day. has picked up her third, and it should bring us to a break in the action. With 4:57 to go in the third. 53-41. Carson-Newman ahead by 12. With 4:57 to play, and they finally get to the media timeout. So we'll step out for a break. Lady Eagles at full throttle in the second half. 17-4 start to the quarter. And we'll see if the Lady Eagles can keep it up, or does North Georgia have something in the tank? Carson-Newman by a dozen here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
AEC is a distributor for Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and warranted not to leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-lasting temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position. And the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment breaking. AEC. We're power with purpose.
North Georgia has missed 11 consecutive shots from the field. And the Nighthawks down by a dozen with 4:50 to go in the third. Campbell on the right block puts it in, so that puts an end to that. So 11 straight field goals missed, and that trims it down to 10 with 4:40 to go in the third. A ton of time left in this game. Weichel around a screen to her right as Carson-Newman has the ball ahead 53-43. Boshiers underneath Mbugwa. Mbugwa one dribble, spins into the lane, and a right-hand layup is in. Ruthie Mbugwa and the rookie centers providing punch for the Lady Eagles. Martin all the way down the left side of the lane has it deflect out of her hands. And possession will stay with this North Georgia group. Nighthawks have lost just 15 games since 2018. 11 of those have come on the road. Inbound to Martin on the left elbow. She steps back after a couple dribbles and connects on a jump shot after getting a friendly roll. Around the rim, off the backboard and down. 55-45, 4:10 to go in the third. Carson-Newman on top by 10. Weichel to the left side of the lane, feeds Smith left baseline. Throws it out top of the key. Penland sprints all the way to the right block, slides through two defenders, and sticks in the left. Carson-Newman is 9 of 11 from the floor in the quarter. Underneath it goes for Campbell. Forces a shot up, doesn't get it to go. Smith has it slide through her hands. Bodies on the deck. Weichel gets her hands in there. It'll be a tied ball, and the possession arrow will favor North Georgia. Two bodies on the floor right now, and it is Sticker, the one that is slow to get up. She originally had the basketball, and a lot of physicality underneath the can. And Sticker looks like she'll be good to go, and she shakes it off. 57-45, Carson-Newman on top. They've outscored North Georgia 21-8 after halftime. Sticker will get a breather. And the possession arrow favors North Georgia. They already switched the possession arrow here. So it is North Georgia basketball. With Carson-Newman ahead by a dozen. Largest margin of the day thanks to a stout third quarter. Fahey to inbound the basketball on the baseline. Lobs it for Campbell at the high post. Hands it to Martin, who gets a running start to the lane and shoves one with the right hand off the glass and in. 3:35 to go in the third. Carson-Newman by 10, 57-47. Lady Eagles looking to spring an upset over a top 10 club. Smith, top of the key, over to Penland, right wing. Tosses it through the hands of Mbugwa. Out of bounds. 8th turnover of the day. Well, North Georgia this year, a -4 turnover margin. They only forced 12 turnovers per game. And that's been Carson-Newman's Achilles heel this season. They lead by 10. Can ill afford to give up a push here to North Georgia going into the fourth. And now they stop it. 3:21 on the clock. So they'll wind the clock down an extra couple seconds. 4 seconds should have come off the clock. 3:19 to go in the third. Carson-Newman 57, 8th-ranked North Georgia 47. Martin in the backcourt, grabs the ball, now sprints left. Uses his screen, gets to the paint, throws up a shot, way too strong. Rebound deflects around, and it's last touch by North Georgia. And it goes to Carson-Newman with 3:12 remaining in the third. Carson-Newman has to continue to find the bottom of the cylinder. 9 of 11 shooting. They're shooting 51% for the game. Weichel coming into the front court, handing it off to Mbukwa. Now Alvey. Alvey throws it underneath. Smith grabs it, throws it out. Penland, wide open three-pointer. It's a twine tickler from Penland. Carson-Newman is 10 of 12 from the floor in the third quarter. Lady Eagles have scored 24 points and lead by a game-high 13. 60-47, a 13-point lead. And now a whistle and a hand-checking foul as Isabel Davenport was rolling to her right. And it goes on Penland, who has picked up her third foul. That was the foul to give. No, check that. That was Carson-Newman's last foul to put him over the limit and send Josie Earnhardt back to the line. Boshiers and Rogers are coming in. Penland will get a break. Smith as well. Carson-Newman's made 4 straight from the field. And the Lady Eagles, leading it by 13, have Earnhardt here at the line. She has 11 points and has made both of her foul shots. First free throw from Earnhardt is it. Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, McGaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Visit McGahaElectric.com for all your electric contracting needs. McGaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. Earnhardt sticks the second, 60-49. Carson-Newman on top of a top 10 North Georgia group with 2.5 to go in the third. 1-3-1 zone yet again for North Georgia. Martin at the top of that. Alvey in the right corner. Back out Weichel. Cross court left point Rogers. Rogers for Weichel. Weichel back to Rogers. Cross court. It is Boshiers. A left corner 3-pointer. Short iron. Rebound poked around before Martin collects. 2:15 to play in the third. 60-49. Carson-Newman on top. Looking to spring the upset and end the undefeated season so far for North Georgia. Martin on the right wing, throws it out top for Lutz. Lutz looks underneath the cup. Campbell's been in there for a while. Now a shot clock at 10. Lutz on the right block, around a screen, jumps in the air, floats it underneath. The ball pokes around. Fahey grabs it. 4 on the shot clock. Lutz a ball fake, puts up a shot inside of the lane, missed it short. Weichel the rebound, and then Weichel just lost the ball as she was spinning around. The ball just slid right out of her hands. 1 minute. 44 seconds to go in the third. 60-49. Carson-Newman upending 10th-ranked North Georgia. But you know the Nighthawks have a run in their canister. Had an 11-0 run to erase a 7-point deficit in the second quarter. Martin on the right wing. Around a screen to her left. Boshiers on her. Taps it out of her hands. Alvey comes out of there. One-on-one break the other way. Fahey back. Alvey to the left block. Hangs. Floats with the left hand and puts it down. 13-point game once more, 62-49. 1:20 left in the third. Carson-Newman, 11 out of 14 from the floor. Underneath Campbell, tries to force it up over Mbukwa, missed it. Alvey the rebound, outlets it forward. Boshiers to the block, spinning in the paint, losing it, grabbing it back, and putting it in. 28-point scoring quarter for the Lady Eagles. 1 minute to go in the third. Largest margin of the day, 64-49. Martin around the defender all the way to the right block, and a scoop layup is in. Caroline Martin with 13 points. She's excelled out of the locker room. 8 points of North Georgia's 14 in the second half. 40 seconds to go in the third. Weichel sprinting all the way to the right block, hangs, draws another foul. Campbell commits the foul. Weichel to the line. Braylon Weichel, a career 86% foul shooter. That is 4th best among active players in D2. 2 shots for her in a 13-point game with 38.1 seconds to go in the third. First free throw from Weichel is in. Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider, providing Jefferson City with ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband. Let them serve you. Visit trilite.net. Second free throw from Weichel, straight down the hatch. 17 for Braylon, and Carson-Newman's lead is 15, 66-51. About a 7-second differential, shot to game clock, half minute to go in the third. Carson-Newman back on defense. Martin with a basketball, dribbling right around a defender. She's taken over. Sprints to the lane, throws it out. Earnhardt a three-pointer. It's an air ball. Alvey tracks it down. A quarter minute to go. Lobs it forward for Weichel. Weichel on the right wing will back it out here with 10 seconds. Weichel dribbling right. 6 and 5. Sprints past a couple defenders. Draws the foul with 4.3 seconds to go. But North Georgia had a few fouls to give as Martin picks up her third. This is the highest scoring quarter of the season for Carson-Newman. First time they've scored 30 in a quarter this year. 4.3 seconds left in the third. Carson-Newman is shooting 80% in the period, 12 out of 15, and 53% for the game. Boshiers to inbound with 4.3 to go. Inbound, looking, finding Mbugwa, handing it off Rogers, puts it up, puts it in! A rope rippler from the rookie, and everything working for the Lady Eagles. It is an 18-point lead. A falling away three-pointer at the horn. Carson-Newman dominates North Georgia in the third. The Lady Eagles outscore the Nighthawks by 19. Rogers in an emphatic finish and a chance to close this one out. Lady Eagles by 18. Fourth quarter, around the corner when we come back to Holt Fieldhouse on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Carson-Newman leads by 18. There's 10 minutes to go. Lady Eagles just outscored North Georgia 33-14 in the third. 1-3-1 for North Georgia. Boshiers left wing. Cross-court pass, Weichel on the right corner. Dribbles left, bounces it to the baseline, Alvey. Cross-court for Rogers, who just hit that three. Tosses underneath. Boshier forces one up. 7 unanswered again for the Lady Eagles. And for the first time today, Carson-Newman leads by 20. 71-51. A different looking group for the Lady Eagles today. Massa out for Sticker. Sticker loses the basketball. She gets trapped. Weichel comes in, takes it right out of her hands, and then a holding foul on Sticker. That should be potentially a clear path. Sticker called for the foul. I guess in the NBA that would have been a clear path foul. Would have been shots in the ball. No such rule in college. 9:21 to go in the game. Carson-Newman scored the last 7. 71-51 against 8th-ranked North Georgia. Cross-court pass underneath. Rogers has it intercepted by Martin. 10th turnover of the day for the Lady Eagles. Sticker in rhythm on the left wing for 3. Too strong. Mbugwa leaps, grabs it. Ruthie Mbugwa throws it forward. Rogers running. No numbers for the Lady Eagles as she rolls all the way over to the far right side. Hands it off for Weichel. 8:55 to play. Carson-Newman by 20. Mbugwa over to Boshiers. Tosses it for Rogers. Rogers will work right against Sticker. Up, under, left-hand layup. Rolls off. Nearly dropped in from Rogers as she fell to the ground. It rolled around the rim and fell off. Into the front court. Alvey like a free safety in football. Backpedals, intercepts. Here comes Carson-Newman the other way. Alvey winning a race down the floor. Give and go. Rogers. Alvey on the right block. Puts it down. 9 unanswered for Carson-Newman. And North Georgia has not been in this spot very often. A 22-point Carson-Newman lead. Emphatic work right now by Mike Mincy's group. Final break in the action. 8:26 to go. 73-51 56-51. Carson-Newman on top as we step out for a break on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee and Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Carson-Newman leads by 20 as Caroline Martin enters the scoring column in the fourth quarter with a running left-hand layup on the left block. 73-53, 8 minutes to go. Carson-Newman by 20 against 8th-ranked North Georgia. Rogers lobs to the left corner. Boshear's cross court, right wing. Weichel quick passing, right corner. Alvey three, right down the barrel again. 5th three-pointer of the second half for Carson-Newman. And it's to 23, a game high. 76-53, 7:40 left. Cross court pass around the perimeter. Earnhardt has the answer attempt. That falls short. Rebound Alvey. Here comes Carson-Newman sprinting front court. Rogers hands it off Boshear. 76-53, 7.5 to go in the game. Rogers gives it right back to Boshear. Boshear to set things up. This is an absolute rout here at Holt. Mbugwa throws it over Alvey, right wing. 8 on the shot clock as Boshears comes out to get it. Around the screen to her left. Running, right-hand teardrop off the glass and down. 10 for Boshear. She's the 5th Lady Eagle in double figures. 78-53. Blackstock in the corner. Out for Fahey. Carson-Newman a 9-2 start to the frame. Down the left side of the lane. Fahey's shot no good. Offensive rebound though. Campbell. And she puts it in. Carson-Newman 42-18 leaders after halftime. Leading it by 23. Weichel walks it. Time a friend of Carson-Newman now. Weichel to her left. Gives it to Rogers. Rogers sprints to the paint. Picks up her dribble. Throws it out for Boshears. Avoids Blackstock. Sprints down the right side of the lane. Hangs. Floats too strong on the right hand. A running shot from outside of the lane. 6:20 to go. Earnhardt in the front court on the left wing. Goes it out Blackstock. 78-55. Carson-Newman ahead. 6:15 left. Campbell on the right block. Puts a shot up against Mbugwa. Misses it. Mbugwa grabs the ball. Campbell laying on the ground. Commits the foul. Third on Lizzie Campbell. And Carson-Newman will get possession with 6:11 to go. It has been a dominant performance in half number 2. Carson-Newman trailed 37-36 at halftime. Right now leading it by 23. Changes for Carson-Newman. Reset the lineup with Smith, Weichel, Penland, Alvey, and McMahon. Carson-Newman shooting 55% in the game, 77% after halftime. And here comes Carson-Newman, a vintage performance for a team that has lost 4 in a row. Weichel dribbling left, throwing it to Alvey. Back out top, McMahon, over to Smith on the right wing. Now Penland dribbles left, all the way to the left wing, throws it back out, Alvey. Alvey sprints, throws it, top of the key. Penland hesitating. Carson-Newman passing it a lot, but with 6 on the shot clock, Alvey in the left corner, sprints to the left side of the lane, hangs, and drops it down. 14 for Michaela Alvey. That is a career high for the sophomore. 80-55. 5:37 to go in the game. And the crowd here having fun. Martin around a screen to her left, throws it to the corner, Fahey on the left side. Cross-court pass, Blackstock, right wing three, too strong. Smith there for the rebound, her first. 80-55, 5:20 to go. Penland on the left wing. Underneath it goes for McMahon. She puts it up with the left hand, puts it in, and one. Callie McMahon, a career performance. Draws the foul, third on Sticker. McMahon with 15 points in the game. She had 10 points in her career entering the day. And she's also 2 rebounds shy of a double-double. McMahon at the line. First free throw up. That one's too strong. First miss for her on the day and her career. Blackstock the other way. McMahon's there with a high right paw, sending it into the cheerleaders. 82-55, a 13-4 start to the quarter. 46-18, Carson-Newman outscoring North Georgia after halftime. Carson-Newman won an illegal screen as Alvey hit the deck. Instead, McMahon will commit her fourth foul, and 3 of them have been the exact same foul. Post position in front of her, she reaches over the top of the defender and commits the personal. 5:08 to play in the game. All Carson-Newman, 82-55. Inbound, deflected by Alvey, punched at by Alvey, sprints front court, all the way to the block, throws it over Penland, draws the foul, puts it in, and one. Alvey started it with a little bit of taps, and then a flawless pass to Penland for the layup. Drew the foul, fell down, put it in. Alvey playing extremely well. Penland's free throw is down the hatch. Carson-Newman's made 8 of 11 at the line. How about this? A 30-point lead for Carson-Newman. I don't have all of the details, but the last time North Georgia trailed this badly, I believe, was the Elite Eight 2 years ago when they just got blasted in the Elite Eight. Actually, it might have been 3 years ago. Left wing, it's in the hands of Fahey. Gives it over to Martin left wing. Her three's too strong. Penland tracks down the rebound, and it's poked out of her hand. North Georgia last year a Final Four team. Now with a 30-point differential in hand, it is Carson-Newman 85 and 8th-ranked North Georgia 55. Smith on the left wing for Carson-Newman, out top Penland. Penland dribbles right, throws it to the corner. Alvey, a jump shot from the baseline, rattles around the rim and falls off. Into the front court comes Martin, lobs it underneath. Good post position, and a foul is whistled as Ava Hunter got great position, and Alvey commits the foul. Second on her, team second. I guess you got to go back to 18-19. The last time North Georgia trailed this badly, that was against Lubbock Christian. They lost to Lubbock by 45 in that game, 99-54. And that game was never close as Lubbock 32-14 after a quarter and outscored them by at least 10 in 2 of the other 3. Second free throw, too strong. McMahon had it, can't hold it. It goes out of bounds off of North Georgia. Emory and Henry is beating Limestone by 15, and that's Carson-Newman's next opponent is Limestone. Carson-Newman's on a 7-0 scoring run again. Smith throws it to midcourt. Penland gets fouled. Lutz just accidentally undercut Penland. Really nothing Lutz could have done there. She was going for the ball, didn't realize that Penland had stopped, and commits the foul, and Penland goes to the line. 5 players in double figures for Carson-Newman. Weichel with 18, McMahon and Penland with 15, Alvey with 14, Boshiers with 10. Penland's first free throw doesn't get a friendly roll. Back iron, front iron, and out. InterDigital strives to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, graphic design, and more. InterDigital, laser focused on your success. Penland makes the second. She's got 16. It's 8 unanswered for the Lady Eagles, and the margin is 31, 86-55. 4:10 to go in the game. Blackstock around the screen. Gives it out top for Hunter. Hunter over towards Davenport. Into the right corner, Blackstock. Back out Davenport. Sprints left. Stops there. Feeds it to Lutz. Lutz lobs underneath. And Hunter sticks in the layup on the right block. 86-57. That ends in 8-0 Carson-Newman surge. 3:48 to play in the game. Carson-Newman with its best performance of the year when they needed it the most. Weichel on the right wing, pulling up for 3. Would have been the exclamation point on this one. Instead, Fahey the rebound. Feeds it forward for Lutz. Smith gets a poke at it. Lutz dribbles it off of her foot. Out of bounds on the far left sideline. Gonzalez is in. She replaces Weichel. 18 for Braylon. Rutherford coming in as well. She replaces Penland. And Mbugwa replaces McMahon. So Smith and Alvey stay out there. 3:31 to play. Carson-Newman by 29, having led by as many as 31. Rutherford on the right wing. It's deflected out of play by Davenport. 3:24 left. Who could have seen this coming? Carson-Newman having struggled all year. Really, even when they had Lindsey Taylor. Alvey down the left side of the lane. Ball fakes. Puts in the left-hand layup. 16 for Michaela Alvey. A career-high performance for Michaela. 88-57. Dribble handoff. Lob underneath. Good post position and a nice pass. Deja Cannon catches it on the right block. She played just 1 minute all year. That's her first points. 88-59 with 3 minutes to go. Smith over to the left-hand side and Alvey around the perimeter to the right corner and Gonzalez. She dribbles left, stops there, throws it to the left wing, Alvey. Ball fakes, dribbles right, stops there, throws it to Rutherford in the right corner. Rutherford taking her time. 8 on the shot clock, feeds Alvey down the lane, draws the foul as she goes up for a left-hand layup. So 2 shots here for Alvey. Hunter called for the foul, that's her first. Alvey bends the knees, puts the shot up there, and drops it down the canister. 89-59. Alvey's career high was 9 entering the day. She can double that with this shot, and does so. 18 for Michaela Alvey. That is how many points she had entering the day. Was 7 of 29 from the floor entering today. Today she's 7 of 11. What a day, and what a performance by Carson-Newman. Leading by 31 against the 8th-ranked Nighthawks, 90-59. 2.5 to play. Top of the key, it's in the hands of Fahey. Sprints left, hands it off to the top of the key. It's Hunter, 1 dribble, free throw line jump shot, air ball, and a foul is whistled on Cannon as Gonzalez grabbed the rebound. Carson-Newman shooting 75% after halftime, and after trailing by 1 at halftime. They have outscored North Georgia by 32 points in the second half. And they can get their largest lead of the day with foul shots here from Gonzalez. Stick around after the game for today's AEC electrifying play of the game, bringing value to everyday life. That's AEC. Gonzalez makes the first foul shot. She gets one more go at it. 91-59. Second one from Gonzalez is in. 92-59. Carson-Newman by 33. Gonzalez takes a tumble. Wide open 3 from Fahey is short. Then Alvey grabs the ball. She takes a tumble, and that ball goes out. Carson-Newman is 5-5 against the top 10 since 2008 as far as our national rankings records go. 9-4 at home. A lot of perspiration to scoop up on the floor. Gonzalez back up. She'll have a rug burn after this one. 2:07 left. Fahey to inbound. Gives it to Blackstock. Blackstock works to her right-hand side. Clemmer on her. Now Crittenden defends against Davenport. Back out. Blackstock. Right wing 3. Rattles out. Alvey there for her 8th rebound. 92-59. Carson-Newman on top by 33, on track for its largest win ever against the top 25 team. Gonzalez circulates for Crittenden. Now it is Alvey. Sprinting left, stopping along the lane. Gives it to Gonzalez. In the paint, throws it out. Alvey catching, shooting. Left wing 3. Short iron, backboard, and out. 92-59 into the front court. Alvey is there again for a steal. Lobs it underneath. Clemmer mishandles, and then it's deflected out of play. Alvey has now 5 steals in the game. 92-59, 1:23 left. And an inbound here from Gonzalez. Emily taking her time to throw it in with 1:23 left. Into Clemmer. Clemmer dribbles right to the right side of the lane, hangs, stuffs it off the right side of the backboard. Rebound into the Nighthawks' hands. game has gotten away from North Georgia, but you know that this team will be around in March. Cannon gets the ball on the right block and puts it in. 92-61. North Georgia will be knocked from the ranks of the unbeaten, and Carson-Newman will get a top 10 win for the second time in 22 days. Clemmer, a three-pointer, well off wide left. 55 seconds to go. The ball is deflected out of bounds and right into the seats. 52.7 seconds left, 92-61. Inbound comes to Blackstock with 50 seconds to play. Carson-Newman shooting the ball well, 68% in the second half. Right-hand side, it goes into the hands of Blackstock. Now to the corner, around the perimeter, it cycles for Davenport. She heaves up a three, way too strong. Shot clock is off. Carson-Newman does not need to shoot again, and this will put the punctuation mark on it. Carson-Newman had only had 4 double-digit wins against nationally ranked teams in the last 15 years. Today they get their largest ever. Carson-Newman outscores North Georgia 56-24 in the second half, and the Lady Eagles demolish the Nighthawks. 92-61, a 31-point win. The Lady Eagles cruise past North Georgia, and a much-needed win for a Lady Eagle group that had lost 4 straight. Domino's postgame report is right around the corner. We'll break this thing down, speak with Coach Mike Mincy, and have much more for you when we come back on the Domino's postgame report. Lady Eagles throttle North Georgia, 92-61. You're listening to Carson-Newman Women's Basketball on the Eagle Sports Network.
If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for, no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The game's over, but we're just getting warmed up. The Domino's postgame report starts in 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit InterDigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is the Domino's post-game report on the Eagle Sports Network.
Picked up by Rutherford, shovels it to the right wing. Weichel catches, puts the layup off the glass.
Your stats breakdown, a conversation with Mike Mincy, and player interviews are all headed your way. Today's game is also brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that's service built. By the Aramark, a foundation of fresh food and speedy service. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. By Food City, value every day. By Tri-Light, dream big with gig. By Quality Suites of Morristown, an official hotel of the Carson-Newman Eagles. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Let's head back to the arena and the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watrang.
Carson-Newman provides its best performance of the year when it needed it the most. Having lost 4 consecutive games, Carson-Newman pummels North Georgia 92-61. Carson-Newman with its largest win against the top 25 team in the last 15 years. 6th time they've beaten a top 25 team by at least 10 points. And Carson-Newman gets its 2nd win against a top 10 ranked team in the first 7 contests of the year. And the Lady Eagles do it in emphatic fashion. We wrap this up and tie a bow on our performance today with some statistics first and foremost. And Carson-Newman was almost indomitable in this ball game here today. And how about this performance, all told, by Mike Mincy's crew? 36 of 67 from the floor in the game, 54%, 7 of 22 from deep, 32%, and 13 of 17 from the free throw line, 77%. Carson-Newman goes 21 of 31 from the floor in the second half of this contest, shooting it at 68% in half number 2 of this basketball game. And for Carson-Newman, that is the first time that they have shot that well, 50% or better, since being in Dahlonega when they faced off against Clayton State. And a terrific performance by Mike Mincy's unit here today. As Carson-Newman wins this game, individuals, 5 different players finished in double figures for this contest. As Carson-Newman saw Braylon Weichel, 18 points, 4 assists, 2 steals, lead the way, but not to be outshined. How about Michaela Alvey? She finished the day with 18 points, 8 rebounds, 5 steals, 3 assists. She had a total of 18 points entering this ball game, and she scores 18 here today in this game. Callie McMahon gets her first career start. She's summoned, and boy, does she perform when she needed it. 15 points, 6 of 9 shooting, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, 3 steals for Callie McMahon, and she played just 22 minutes in the game. 16 points from Campbell Penland, 6 assists and a couple blocks. 10 points from Skylar Boshiers, 6 off the bench from Keely Rogers, 4 from Harley Smith, 2 apiece from Gonzalez and Mbugua, and 1 from Tori Rutherford on the day. Elsewhere for Carson-Newman in this contest, just 10 turnovers. That had certainly been an elite effort for the Lady Eagles in any normal year, but in particular here today, as Carson-Newman really struggled to possess the pumpkin throughout the contest. And Carson-Newman does a great job holding on to the ball. 26 assists on 36 made field goals for the team that led the country in assists per game last year. On the other side for North Georgia, 22 of 65 from the floor, that's 34%. 7 of 29 from deep, 24%, and 10 of 12 from the free throw line, that's 83%. Caroline Martin led the way with 15 points, 13 from Josie Earnhardt. Those were the only 2 players in double figures for the day. Kayla Massup, 7 points, 6 from Lizzie Campbell, 6 from Carly Fahey. She added 4 assists and 6 rebounds. Kaylee Sticker finished with 6. Nia Lutz had 2. And Aisha Cannon had 4 for the day. Carson-Newman outscores the Nighthawks 46-30 in the paint, 22-8 off turnovers, 21-15 fast break points, and 29-19 off of the bench. North Georgia leads 10-3. Second chance points after what was a nip and tuck back and forth opening. 20 minutes of basketball turned in to a rout in half number 2 as Carson-Newman takes down the Nighthawks by a final margin of 92-61. And it brings us to today's AEC electrifying play of the game, brought to you by the Appalachian Electric Cooperative. Service you can trust, value you can depend on, and it's an easy one. Michaela Alvey started it with a steal. Campbell Penland put it away with the layup.
Alvey, punched at by Alvey, sprints front court, all the way to the block, throws it over Penland, draws the foul, puts it in, and one. Alvey started it with a little bit of taps, and then a flawless pass to Penland for the layup. Drew the foul.
That is today's AEC electrifying play of the game, powering the Carson-Newman Eagles, Mossy Creek, and your life. After all, you're not just a utility customer, you're a co-op member. That is AEC. How about the performance by Mike Mincy's group? And the Lady Eagles will now get a chance to take on Limestone on the road after Emory and Henry just beat Limestone 98-87. As Emory and Henry shoots 59% in that game. Blowouts galore elsewhere. Tusculum throttles LMU 67-38. Lenore Ryan beats Young Harris 80-40. And Carson-Newman cruises past the Nighthawks by a final margin of 92-61 here today. What more can you say about Mike Mincy's unit than just a flawless performance here inside of Holt Fieldhouse here today as the Lady Eagles perform well here in this game. 5 Lady Eagles in double figures in this game. That's the first time that has happened this season. And all told, Carson-Newman does a fine job from top to bottom. And one of the things that Mike Mincy and I will get into as soon as he makes his way over here is this team had been inconsistent and highs and lows, moments that had been a bit of a struggle at times. But today, no such struggle. Carson-Newman, despite trailing for much of the first half at times and by a point at halftime against the North Georgia team that you knew could explode at any moment, the defense was on point and limited North Georgia with scoring stretches, without scoring stretches for about 5-minute windows. Meanwhile, Carson-Newman kept the pedal to the metal, a team that hadn't had a scoring run of 8 or greater in the last 3 games. They produce here today, and Carson-Newman takes it by a final margin of 92-61. We'll take one more break. Mike Mincy and company will join us when we come back as the Lady Eagles win it 92-61. Back to Holt Fieldhouse in a moment on the Eagle Sports Network.
Building a new home? AEC can help. Build an all-electric home with an electric heat pump, an electric water heater, an electric range, and an electric washer and dryer. AEC's certified energy inspector will provide expert advice during construction and a complete home inspection upon finish. Before the drywall is in place, call AEC at 865-719-8322. AEC, your power with purpose. We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. More player interviews and stats come your way in 60 seconds when the Domino's postgame report continues on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices. Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
We're back at Holt Fieldhouse, putting a bow on Carson-Newman's biggest win over a nationally ranked team in the last 15 years, winning this ball game by 31 points, 92-61. We're still waiting on Mike Mincy and company to make their way up here. A lot of celebration downstairs inside of the locker room for the Lady Eagles as Carson-Newman pulls away from a North Georgia team in this ball game. Carson-Newman, how about their defense, though? One thing that I was looking at during that last commercial break, Carson-Newman's defense really dropped the hammer on North Georgia in that second half, or really after the first quarter. North Georgia goes 13 of 47 from the floor, all told in the game. That's 28% in quarters 2 through 4. So Mike Mincy's making his way up here. So we'll tie a bow on this contest here as Carson-Newman gets this win. So we're here with Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy after the Lady Eagles take down North Georgia by 31 points. And, Coach, I don't even really know where to start with this one. It was a blowout from the time that things started in the second half because you guys were able to shoot the ball very well. How do you explain what you saw from your team over the 40 minutes of play here today?
You know, I'm kind of like you, really. I can't I know there's been a tough stretch. We've talked about it, obviously, in our interviews. Playing a tough schedule, a very tough schedule. And I kept trying to preach to them that as we adjust through the loss of Lindsay and trying to figure out how we can rotate players and what we need to do. And, you know, they never gave up on each other. And we got a long season ahead. We understand that. And this is only one game. But I just feel like that they were prepared for this. You know, we've actually had this happen to us on the other side where it's like, the other team's so hot, man. Can they not miss a shot, that kind of thing? And we were hot today. We hit a lot of shots that we haven't necessarily been hitting over the course of the game. But, you know, I think, or the course of those 4 games where we've lost. But, I mean, we haven't even shot above 40% from the field. And then today you come in at 53, whatever. But the problem is we are a good shooting team. We just, for whatever reason, the ball hasn't bounced our way. Today, the ball bounced our way. It didn't bounce North Georgia's way. I mean, they've been the dominant program in our region for the last 4 years, whatever, 4 or 5 years. I can't remember whenever we won it here in 16 or in 17, 18. But, you know, I'm glad that we were able to have this performance against a really quality opponent, ranked top 10 in the country, instead of someone that we're just supposed to beat.
When you look at this basketball game, first quarter, North Georgia goes 9 of 18 from the floor. From the second through fourth quarters, they go 13 of 47. That's 28%. You really hammered down defensively. But then one thing that we talked about is just consistency with your group.
Yeah.
Well, in the second half, it was consistent throughout, and it was consistent with a lot of different players getting involved. Why was your team able to excel in half number 2?
I think over the course of how we played in the first half, even though down there we were down 39-36, and it was almost identical to how things happened. We had a little bit of a lead. They went through their 1-3-1. We didn't can shots. We let them get loose. The next thing you know, we find ourselves down 1 going to the half. But they felt like that we had played much better here for whatever reason than down there. And coming out in the second half, I mean, when you're a winning program and you lose as much as we've lost here lately, you know, you just got to dig deep. And I kept telling them, you got to make plays. And if we can make plays, you know, and I felt like that there was a different sense of like I saw something out of Braylon tonight. Obviously, I know you're going to interview Callie and Mac, and we decided to start Callie because she's been playing well. She's been practicing well. And, you know, she almost goes for a double-double in her starting debut, so to speak. And she's just a young kid, you know, and she steps in here against a really good team with good post play and plays as well as she did. And, of course, Mac, I told him in the locker room, it was just a Jeff County thing today, I guess. Those two kids, the way they played and performed. So
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you. There was a moment, and I forget the exact time window, but you tried to buy some time at the end of the first quarter with 3 freshmen on the floor, which Tori technically could be a freshman, so you could go 4, and a sophomore out there as well. You tried to buy some time, and then you let them go out there in the second quarter, and they go on a run. It felt like everybody in this game had a moment that you can think about of they had a block shot, they had a steal, they had a layup, they had a shot make. Why – or how much confidence, I guess is the better way, does a matchup like this give you after everything that you've gone through the last 4 games to see not just Braylon carry you a 30-point game or Campbell do her thing, but everybody get involved?
Well, that's what you really want to see. I mean, again, I hate to hammer this home, but, if the score was 92-61 and we were playing a team that we're supposed to beat that much, I don't know how much confidence you carry out of it. But when you're playing a team of that caliber, and obviously in order for the score to be that way, we have to play, I wouldn't say out of our minds, but we got to play really good. Now, we need minutes out of Emily and Keeley and the bench players that are the young ones, Callie stepped in as a starter today as a young player, and you got Tori, but we knew that team has got a lot of speed on it, that they could potentially press. I thought they did a good job. They're a really good defensive team when they're out there together. And we've tried to learn from our mistakes my mistakes of, hey, if they're doing well, just keep them in the game. And then when all of a sudden it seems like they're getting tired or they're losing momentum, then we'll sub them out. And that's the confidence we have to build. It's a young season. We're only in game 8. And it's going to take us – we're still learning each other and learning how we can play and where we can put people. And, so I was proud of that group. I wanted to get them in again, to be honest with you. But I don't feel like when they went to the 1-3-1, we had to keep the right shooters on the floor and make sure that we didn't get down too much, because I typically don't burn timeouts, but I think I burned 2 in the first half just to try to keep them from going on a big run, which they're capable of doing.
You knew that you were going to right the ship at some point this season. It wasn't always going to be just a strict losing streak. You do it in emphatic fashion now, and now you go in with a clean slate into conference play against a Limestone team that lost by 11 to Emory and Henry today.
Yeah.
How do you want to see your team respond to a great win like this, having to go back on the road and start league play on Wednesday?
Again, how we've been shooting it prior to today's game, your confidence can take a hit. But gosh, we know it's there. It just hasn't panned out for us. And then, to be able to have this this game and this performance before conference play really starts for us at Limestone, it's a huge momentum thing. And I'm just hoping that my hope has always been that by the time we get to late January and February, that we can look back on this time and embrace the challenge and adversity that and I told them that embrace the losing, man. I mean, it reveals a lot of stuff, and then when you can come out and have a performance like you did today, I think it can only help our confidence and show that if you play well and you make the plays and you put the ball in the bucket, really we can play with anybody in the region. With Callie and Ruth and Harley. Harley didn't play any 5 tonight. It was all Callie and Ruth, and I thought they anchored it down very well.
Coach, really appreciate the time. Congrats on a big win.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Coach Mike Mincy. So Carson-Newman gets this win by a final score of 92-61 here today, and just a dominant, utter performance by this Lady Eagle group. So a fine performance by Carson-Newman here today, and now we're joined by one of the stars of this victory, Michaela Alvey. Thanks for joining us here. I have to just talk about your overall mindset. Let me fix your microphone here real quick.
Thanks.
18 points. That's how many points you had scored all season long prior to today. 8 rebounds, 5 steals, 3 assists. What'd you eat this morning that gave you this kind of mindset and mentality?
Well, we went to the Cat first. Had me a biscuit and gravy and stuff like that. But, yeah, I mean, we needed a win today, and I came out, and I'm normally not the girl to score all the points. I like getting it to my players that can and are more better at shooting and stuff like that. But I was open, so I just shot it when I was there.
There was a moment in this game that sticks out in my head, and it necessarily didn't turn the tide in the overall scheme of things, but it was when you were out there with a couple freshmen at the start of that second quarter. You guys go on an 11-0 run, kind of gained some of that confidence that you hadn't had those last couple weeks. Why was that group able to turn the switch up a notch defensively?
I think, well, honestly, I think we are more of a defensive group than the other group. The group the first group does better, scoring the ball and stuff, and we've had problems in the past, scoring and putting it in the hoop. So I think for us, getting those stops on the defensive side helps us turn into offensive points.
You definitely had that on that one little poke down here, but I want to talk about just in terms of your team's mindset as a whole. You'd lost 4 straight. This is a North Georgia team that had already beaten you this season. We know how good this team has been over the last few years, but to have a performance like this, it felt like it was in the tank for this group. How much does a game like this add to the confidence and kind of put away what has happened the last few weeks?
Oh, 100%. I feel like we all just we knew we didn't have anything to lose, so we all came out. We knew we had to share the ball. That's something we've been talking in practice a lot, pass the ball more than we're dribbling it. So we kept passing around, we'd find the open girl, shoot it. I mean, we were locked down defense the entire time, getting rebounds. It was just a bunch of fun.
Now you turn your sights to the start of conference play. That's one of the things that I've thought about this last month. I don't know if you guys have talked about it at all, but you've lost these 4 games, but you still haven't started conference play yet. The ability to win a league championship still fully in front of you. What do you guys need to take away from this game as you get ready for a trip to Limestone on Wednesday?
I think one of the main things to take away from this game would be continuing to play like we did as a team. I mean, it was so much fun. We were sharing the ball. There was so many people that did so good things, Callie lit it up from the 3. She shot good jump shots. We had assists everywhere. I mean, everybody just had a good role when we all played it. So, I mean, if we can take that and continue to play like we did today, I think we'll do good for the rest of the season.
Michaela, congrats on the win. Go enjoy this one.
Thank you.
That is Michaela Alvey after Carson-Newman wins this game by a final score of 92-61. Lady Eagles get this victory, and now Carson-Newman can turn its sights to the start of South Atlantic Conference play. And now we bring in Callie McMahon, another Jefferson County product, as Carson-Newman wins over 10th-ranked North Georgia, or 8th-ranked North Georgia, rather, 92-61. Callie, thanks for taking some time with us. You nearly had a double-double, but what a performance by you today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Why did you have so much confidence entering this game, getting your first career start?
I think it's really just practice that really prepared me for today. Ruthie and Harley too. They give me really good competition in the post, and I can really go up against them and battle them every day in practice. And I think that really got me ready for today in situations like that.
Lindsay Taylor won the SAC tournament MVP last year. She's very difficult to replace.
Oh yeah.
But you and Ruthie have that job for the rest of this season. The season doesn't just end because she's hurt.
Yeah.
What has your and her work been like throughout practice, knowing that you both are going to have to play critical minutes throughout the rest of the year?
It's definitely huge shoes to fill, but me and her, we really, like I said, we go at it in practice, and we don't take breaks or time off. We're always trying to get a good bucket or whatever against each other, and I think it really helps me with going against her size because she's so big. So yeah, I think we just really get after each other in practice.
I'm looking at your game log right now, and in 4 of the 6 games that you'd played this year, 7 minutes or less, you really hadn't had a lot of opportunities to get on the floor. What does it mean for you to get extended minutes, 21 of them here tonight, and have the performance that you had?
It's great. I wasn't really ready for it at the beginning of the season. I didn't know Lindsay would go down. I was never prepared, but I think just getting after it in practice, like I said, and just keep a positive mindset, even though shots won't fall sometimes, but just keep a good positive attitude, and I'll be okay.
Been so frustrating these last few games because there had been moments, like say the start of that third quarter, where you guys were flowing, but you couldn't keep it together. You had little droughts, you had turnovers. Why were you able to have more of a consistent performance as a team today?
I think we really just nailed that in practice and watched tons and tons of film. And I think watching ourselves, not only other teams, but ourselves back on film and seeing those mistakes and watching us do it, it really helps and gets us working harder in practice to keep from doing that.
You start South Atlantic Conference play on Wednesday. How much as a group right now are you guys telling each other, we've barely scratched the surface, even with the injury to Lindsay, even through the 4-game losing streak, that there's a lot of basketball left to be played and a lot of things that we can still determine?
Yeah, we're just looking forward to the next game. We're excited about this, but like Coach said, we're supposed to stay humble and just be ready for the next game and get after them like we did today.
Callie, thanks so much for the time.
Thank
Congrats
you.
on the win.
Thanks.
That is Callie McMahon after Carson-Newman wins this ball game by a final score of 92-61, larger than their wins over the last 5 top 25 teams that they had beaten in the last 6 years. So Carson-Newman playing against North Georgia here at home for the first time since they played in the regional final back in 2018. And Carson-Newman is now 6-1 against the Nighthawks all-time. Largest win as well for the Lady Eagles against North Georgia. Ties a bow on this broadcast for us as well. Once again, Carson-Newman upends the 8th-ranked team in the country by a final score of 92-61. For our producer, Skip Roberts, I'm Michael Wattrang signing off. We'll talk to you on Wednesday night. Lady Eagles in action in Gaffney, South Carolina. 5:15 the airtime with the AAC Countdown to tip-off. We're on the air then with tip-off at 5:30. Carson-Newman wins it, 92-61. Wrapping it up, I'm Michael Wattrang saying good night, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Eagle Sports Network.
You've been listening to the Domino's Post-Game Report on the Eagle Sports Network. Today's game has been brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We're AEC, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing, laser focused on your success. By the